G'day folks, it was Saturday the 21st and ex-tropical Cyclone Marcia has been downgraded to a tropical low pressure rain system. It's just skirting our area at the moment. It's about 9 AM in the morning, just on my way down to let the animals out on the Homestead that I've been caretaking. The owners are hoping to get home this afternoon, but there's been a lot of road closures around Brisbane in the last 12-18 hours. Anyway, as mentioned in a previous video, on this particular track, the same track as the last two videos, one of the risks of travelling on these tracks, branches coming down out of the trees, and I don't know if you can see this one clear. I'll see if I can get up closer to it. This one's come down out of the gum tree just to the left of frame there. It's not a big branch by any means. It's a dead one. It's become waterlogged and it's dropped sometime during the night. And it is a risk on these roads, particularly when you come around blind corners. Fortunately, I've been able to see this one from some distance away. But even just driving along these roads in these weather conditions, and it's been raining constantly pretty well most of the night, just driving along these you can, at times, the risk is very low, but these can drop down on top of you. So anyway, I'll jump out and move this one off the side of the road. Looks like there hasn't been anyone over this road this morning. A lot of homesteads further up the road there. So I'll jump out and move this one off the road, and proceed up. The road is a lot wetter than yesterday, certainly a lot more slippery, but because it's been constant rain overnight, and it hasn't been a big rain dump really, it's probably what they call light to moderate rain, the water's draining off the road fairly well, so we haven't had any flooding on this road so far, but later on this morning this rain is forecast to increase, so that may change. It just depends how well the water drains off from the catchment areas across this road. Anyway, I'll get out, move this thing off the road, back in a sec. Okay, off we go again. Considering the overnight rain we've had, the road condition is still pretty good insofar as there's not a lot of washouts. Oops, and wag the tail again. So far it's been pretty good compared to 4 years ago. Well, we had days and days of heavy rain, and this road was flooded in many places, and there were washouts on the road. See the water flowing down the hill here. Yeah, a bit of a trickle there. That creek, as I said in the previous video, that's notorious for flooding. So there might be a bit more water on it cross it later on today. We'll see how the weather goes. Not doom and gloom stuff. Up home the wind gusts are picking up a little bit, but really on average it's no more than a windy day at home. It's just one of those things in the bush, you know, people get used to. Yeah, a fair bit of water flowing down here. The sides of the road are going to be washed out a bit. The system is expected to clear out tomorrow. North coast of New South Wales is going to bear the brunt of it. The low pressure system has changed course a little bit. It's expected to exit the mainland round about the Gold Coast area somewhere. The mountain range is very close to the coast here, as is on the northern New South Wales coast, so the rain is really going to bank up, and they're forecasting heavy rain, and flood watches, flood alerts are in place. There's a lot more water flowing down this private track. Nothing to get really concerned about at this stage. As I said, the owners are hoping to get out of Brisbane sometime today. The roads are open, and just waiting for a phone call sometime today to see if they can get out. If not, I'll be down here again this afternoon to lock the animals up for the night. Being at the altitude we are, around about 2,000 feet above sea level. At home it's probably a little bit lower here. There's a lot of low cloud around, particularly coming down the main road to this area. This road's starting to wash out a little bit. This area is probably a little bit more protected from the wind compared to home. But you know, it's just part of life, living in the bush off grid. And certainly around this area, there are a lot of places on grid, and a lot of these roads are dirt tracks, and you know, it's just a way of life. Certainly in severe weather, when 4 years ago, when some of these homesteads were actually isolated by road washouts and floodwaters, it wasn't any big deal for them. Pretty well prepared for it, plenty of warning, and that's the main thing. You know, you get plenty of warning with these weather systems, and you have plenty of time to prepare for it. But again and again we see in the media people ignore the warnings, and next thing you know, they're a bleeding heart story on the 6 o'clock news. Might be a bit cold-hearted about it, but time and time again we see it, not just here in Australia, overseas too. Anyway, that's about it, folks. Thanks for watching. See you later.